Hello, my name is Miss Laca. I'm going to be your child's fifth grade teacher this year. We just got all the information from the district and from our administrators, so I wanted to try and push out as much as I possibly can to you guys through this video so that you have a general idea of what to be expected come Monday and going forward. Now, this is going to be a pretty fast-paced video because I only have so much time that it'll allow me to record, but you can always go back and watch it again, pause where you need to, take pictures of whatever you need to, make it however useful for you that you need. So I'm going to go through it pretty quick, but again, you can always go back. So the first thing we need everybody to do is log into Google Classroom. Hopefully by now you've picked up your Chromebooks, you've picked up the books and all that stuff, but we need to get the kids logged into Google Classroom, and to do that, you'll go into their class link, which hopefully they know how to do all this from previous years, but if not, I made sure to include it all here. So they're going to go to Google Classroom, and to get there, they can open up Google Chrome, and there's behind the circle here, there's we call it the waffle. They click on that and it'll pull up Google Classroom as an option, and it'll come up to a screen that looks like this. They might not have classes here yet. To add a class, they're going to click on the plus sign and they're going to click join class. Um, from there, if they are an A group student, they have two class codes they need to enter. They need to enter this code here for group A, and they'll also need to enter another one for the groups A and B class. Okay, so the A group, this code, and this code. For B group kids, they're going to click on the plus sign, join class, this code for group B, and then this group code for groups A and B. So everybody does this third code. The first two codes are specific to whatever group the students are in, and that should be on the sheet that was mailed home, as well as the sheet that was handed out with the Chromebooks today or yesterday. All of our meetings are online meetings that we'll be doing with all the kids are going to be done through Google Meets. Google Meets is on Google Classroom, so when they click, let's say they're Group A, they'll click on Group A from their Google Classroom menu, and then it'll pull up to a page that looks like this. Underneath the Group A heading, there's going to be a spot like this that says Meet Link. At their designated time and day, they'll click on this Meet link, and that'll pull up a video for them to join me in our meeting. Okay, so for A group, the majority of our meeting times are going to be Monday and Tuesday. For B group, the majority of our meeting times are going to be Thursday and Friday. Okay, and then we'll have a mixture of both groups on Wednesdays. Speaking of schedules, I'm just going to do a very, very quick overview of this. If you want to pause it, take a picture of it, whatever, to reference, I'm going to include it on Google Classroom. I'm going to send it out to you as an image on Aries Communication. But I'm going to go over it really quick. Basically, for Group A, this is everything for Group A kids is right here on the screen. For Monday and Tuesday, you are going to be online with me, or your child's going to be online with me the entire day. We're going to be doing language arts, we're going to be doing math, we're going to be doing science or history, we're going to do some PE, and there will be breaks and lunch throughout. These are the times of all those things, and obviously I'll be there with them throughout the day, so I'll be reminding them and keeping us on pace and all that. But this is for Monday and Tuesday. Majority of the day online with me, face to face via the computer and Google Meets. Wednesday, eventually we'll be on this schedule here for Wednesdays, but for right now, because we don't have our intervention groups, because we haven't done any assessments since March really, we're going to follow this schedule for Wednesday, and eventually, probably around September, we'll shift to the district Wednesday schedule. And then Thursday and Friday for Group A is going to be mostly independent work, where we'll post assignments. They'll work on that on their own, and then they'll end the day with me from 2:25 to 3:25. Group B is basically the opposite of Group A. So Group B, you have your independent days of assignments that are posted, finishing work, intervention type programs from the district. That'll be your Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock working on whatever's posted online and any unfinished work you may have. Then on Monday and Tuesday, you'll meet with me from 2:25 to 3:25. and we'll just kind of clear things up, do maybe some instruction. It might be different from day to day. Again, Wednesday, just like Group A, we're going to go with this schedule over here for Wednesday until we get the assessments done, and that way I can start pulling small groups and working on specific skills needed. And then for Group B, Thursday and Friday are our big days. You'll be with me online on Google Meets for the majority of the day on Thursdays and Fridays. So you'll be with me from 8 o'clock to 2:20, well, 2 o'clock really. And then after that, we can work on any unfinished work from the day you may have. So Thursdays and Fridays are the big days for Group B. Attendance. So the rest of this is just going to be kind of the expectations from the district, from our school, and from myself as well, and for the 5th grade team. So attendance. It's a little different this year because of the virtual instruction. You must be present and on time to your assigned days and times. So that's following that A schedule or B schedule. This is the big part that is new from the district. If you do not participate, or your child does not participate in the instructional time when we're on the screen together, they will be marked as unengaged in attendance, which will count as an absence for the day. So by marking unengaged, that tells the district that the student logged on but completed no work. Okay, so the way that works is it's not going to be me trying to hunt kids down and find as many as I can that got distracted for a minute or whatever. Unengaged means the majority of our day, the student did absolutely nothing. Didn't give me a thumbs up, didn't react to anything, didn't type in the chat like to answer a question, didn't complete any work that was assigned. It means that they didn't do anything. So as long as students are doing their best and participating, giving me some time a thumbs up, thumbs down, raising a hand, asking a question, giving an answer, whatever it may be, just like if we were in class, they're going to get credit for being there for that day, and they're going to do fine. We're going to keep learning, all that good stuff. It's more for the ones that are not doing anything. All right, keeping going. Camera for the district, camera must be turned on and faces shown during all meeting times, and then be on time. Being on time, beginning of class, after screen breaks, after lunch, and attendance is taken twice a day, once at the very beginning and once after lunch. Supplies, we want to make sure all supplies are kept safe and out of reach from any maybe younger siblings, pets. No food and drinks near the Chromebooks. When we're in class, I always say once you put your Chromebook on your table, your water bottles go to the floor. That way there's no chance of things spilling. I mean, even as adults, we make mistakes, have accidents with it, and knock something over, right? So, and unfortunately right now is if we spill something on a Chromebook, it's going to take some time to get a new one, and therefore loss of learning is possibly there. So keep everything safe and organized. Participation, we kind of talked about that already. You must be an active participant during on-screen learning. You can ask or answer questions in the chat or by unmuting your microphones, and of course trying not to talk over each other. So if you hear somebody talking, just wait or type in the chat, hey, Miss Laca, I have something to add. Okay, but we want participation. We learn by doing, by saying, by participating. This one's a big one for my class always. It's always in my back to school stuff because I feel it's very important that everybody's voices are heard. And sometimes especially when we're frustrated or upset or even just super excited about something, sometimes the tone of our voice gets the best of us and people don't always hear what we're saying. They just hear how we're saying it. So I always try to work with kids, the students, and remind them to talk calmly and respectfully and clearly because they deserve to be heard. And we want everyone to be heard and we want everyone to be respected. So this is something we will continue to remind each of us, and myself included, throughout the year. Quality of work, we want our very best work at all times, whatever your best is. I can usually tell what your best work is without even really knowing you, so I'm going to push kids to do their very, very best and also be there to support them should they need help doing their best. We always want to use complete sentences, and I have always told the children if they don't do it right to where I know that they're capable of doing it, they will have to do it again because we want to push ourselves to be the best we can be. So we're going to really push ourselves and persevere this year. Completing sentences, this is one of the strategies we use a lot. It's called the RACE strategy. It just helps us answer questions complete, and it kind of forces students to elaborate their sentences and make them nice, strong, complete sentences. Turning in work on time for the majority of assignments, okay? For the majority of assignments, they're going to be done on screen in real time with me like we were doing them in class. So for the most part, there's not going to be that issue as long as they're on task of getting work completed. Now, when it's the independent days, obviously they're going to have to kind of self-manage and keep on task on their own, and those assignments will need to be turned in by those due dates. But for the most part, everything will be done with or alongside me, so there shouldn't be too much trouble with getting things done. If absent for whatever reason, it's the student's responsibility to look back on Google Classroom and turn in any assignments that they may have missed by the following week. So I will always give them time to complete it, but of course, it all starts piling on top of each other, so we want to make sure we try and stay on it as much as possible. And the big one, and I'll talk about this with the students, clicking submit. If you don't click submit, it doesn't tell me that the assignment's ready to be graded. So submit is very, very important. Homework, technically everything we're doing this year is homework because we're at home and we're working, right? But we are not doing any additional homework assignments. They could always read, they can go on Reflex, they can do activities, cooking, baking, right? Those are all educational activities that you could call homework, but I'm not going to make the kids sit on the computer for 6 hours or 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever, and then give them more computer work to do. I just don't think that's what we all need at this point right now, especially to start off. I just want us to get comfortable and confident in our learning through the digital platform. Work will be graded and should be turned in on time. There is a commenting feature on Google Classroom that I like to leave on because that allows the kids to communicate with me just by adding a comment onto the assignment. And it allows them to help each other if I'm not available, especially since we have the split schedules with the A and B groups. Kids can help each other out using those chat, not chat, but it's commenting feature. So like if Joey asked a question, what color was the assignment from Tuesday? Billy can go on and say it was purple, right? So if I'm not available to answer the question, somebody else can comment on it. But if we start abusing it just to chat about randomness, then it will be turned off. So let's be responsible, please. Teamwork, this is going to be huge, not just for the students, not just for me, but for all of us, parents, caregivers, the school administration, the teachers, the district administration. This is all new for all of us, right? And I promise you that I will do my very, very best every single day to provide an education for your children, a quality education for your children because they deserve it. But it's going to take some trial and error in some areas. But if you have questions, concerns, please reach out to me. I will do my very, very best to answer questions or clear things up or change something if needed. But it's going to be a team effort for sure. In any way I can be supportive for you guys, please let me know, and I will do my very best to do that. But teamwork is going to be big for all of us. And then lastly is learning integrity. I always talk about this with students too, is being honest about what you do and don't know. There's no point in pretending to know something, especially when we're supposed to be learning, right? So if you don't know it, ask for help. I have no problem sitting down alongside you and working through whatever it is. So be honest with me, be honest with yourselves, and we're going to have a great year. I have about 40 seconds left of what I'm allowed to record, but please, 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 I'm going to go back. The most important thing before Monday is to get everybody logged into Google Classroom. And if you have any questions about that on how to do that, let me know. I will do my best to provide that support to get everyone logged in. I will meet with A group at 8 o'clock on Monday, and I will meet with the B group at 2:25 on Monday. I can't wait to get to know everybody and meet everybody and just have a great, great year of learning and thriving. Thank you.